Hi, this is Jay from Failure Group Emerald, and here I am with another guide slash walkthrough for Master Mode Nature of Progress Dxun. This time it's gonna be the boss, the second encounter, aka the third boss of the raid, which our strat from hard mode to nightmare didn't change as much, but I'm gonna go over. The first thing we need to define is how we're gonna handle stems and flares. Since there is a box with the same box with like a 6 flares and 8 stems is there, and we usually the first thing we do we reset. We click the panel and then we reset. So if we use the flares and stems on the second encounter at the end, we can get them back here. So how we usually distribute stems and flares. The first thing we talk about is how many classes with a knockback immunity we have. When we first cleared, we had 2 merc healers, 1 power tech tank, and we had 2 power tech DPS. And then we had the sniper, a juggernaut, and assassin tank. Assassin tank doesn't besides for like if I can shroud a knockback or pull and resist the push pull, yeah. But like a sniper, unless they're entrenched, they're gonna get push pulled. This is more like for whoever needs a stem for the run, because of the crabs and the things pulling you. In this case, our juggernaut didn't want a stem, so the way we handled stems, we gave 1 to our assassin tank, 1 to our sniper, and each DPS got 2 for more damage. And flares, we split half and a half for each tank. With that in mind, let's go into the video. So after we reset, because other reason for us to reset the encounter is the Reaper spawn timing, because we don't skip the Reapers here, as it's not intended to do. So if you reset, the Reaper spawn time is going to be a little less awkward. The first thing we do is the delicious rampaging charger, the bow. I usually take care of the bow and stun. You can stun the bow up to 9 times before it enrages. So I usually want to take the bow and face it away from the Reapers. We define like one person is gonna one tank tanks the bow against the wall, and the other person is gonna tank the Reapers against the box. And we wanna alternate flares here just to make sure we're gonna have 100% uptime on the flare, so the Reapers don't kill everyone. And we also wanna make sure that the Reapers die within 2 flares. The Reaper is gonna be more important to die than the bow, because the bow is annoying, but the Reapers are gonna just destroy you if you don't kill within the flares. If you have to do a 3rd flare, just do it, but we focus the Reapers and everything else dies in AoE. About the rampaging charger, if it's not low enough, when the birds come in, if the birds get caught on the flare and they blow up on the bow is gonna get stacks from the birds and it's gonna die so fast. The stacks from the birds actually destroy the bow. And the stalker we just kill with AoEs. Once we get rid of rid of the Reapers and the bow, we wait for the power to go offline. While we wait for the power to go offline, we can get, depending on where we are, if we stand more closer to the doorway or farther, or we're gonna get birds and stalkers, or we're gonna get the fell shade. So we wait for the power to go out, and then we run to the 3rd rock. And we have 1 of the tanks go and grab the crab that spawn. We don't run farther, because otherwise it's gonna spawn a 2nd crab. As assassin tank, you can just shroud the pollen from the crab and bring to the rock. You wanna flare for when the crab gets in here, because the crab cleaves if he's not flared and he does massive damage. You wanna focus the crab and kill the fell shade with AoE. Because if we usually are able to kill the crab within 1 flare. a new fail shade's gonna spawn, but we just don't reflare. We stun and just kill them. Because they're gonna go stealth and leap to people and knock everyone and kill everyone if you get knocked out of the rocket LOS. Even if once the power comes back, even if the fail shades are alive, we're just gonna run all the way to the room. Power is offline, so we start running. What we have here is we have one of the tanks taunting the first crab that spawned and taunting another tank's gonna taunt the second. And here is where we're gonna use our stims and knockback immunities so we don't get pulled by the crabs. I usually taunt the second, but they're gonna de-aggro from the tanks at some point because a healer's gonna pull threat with heals and stuff. We use our predations and stealth scan speed boost too here. We just keep running and we wanna LOS the mobs if we can. I didn't LOS there, but we do wanna LOS them so we don't get pulled by crabs. Sometimes a bull or a fail shade's gonna get through, so we just kill. So here we're gonna still have the box of stims and flares. We usually have DPS grabbing extra stims, and my co-tank is gonna be tanking the ads for the most part and the reapers, so he's gonna grab all the flares. I still have my flares from the first box, so I'm gonna do the first flare here for when the first set of ads spawn, and I'm gonna do my first AoE taunt on the ads too. We are just waiting for them to spawn, and then I flare. And then I grab aggro of ads. Once the flare runs out, then we start using our stuns, carbonize. Because in the next flare, it's gonna be my co-tank that's gonna use when the reapers come. There are multiple ways you can handle the droids, but the way we handle is I grab one of the droids and my co-tank grab the droid with the reapers, and we just focus the droid and kill the reapers with cleave. Because we want to get rid of the droid fast. We use our stims and fuels and cooldowns on to kill the droid fast and the reapers fast, because those are the first things we want to get rid of. You want to guard your high DPS that does high cleave damage, because they're gonna pull threat of you. Once a droid dies, what I do, I run into the stack and I AoE taunt the reapers, because the Titan 6 droid from the first encounter is gonna spawn. He's gonna come from the elevator, and all he's gonna do cleaves. So the other tank keeps him away, because the circle from this droid, the optimization also affects the Titan 6. So once the reapers die and the warden droid dies, then we bring the Titan 6 into the group. The ad's just gonna die from cleave, because we mostly focus on killing the warden droid and the sanitization droid, aka the Titan 6. Both droids are dead, so it's time for the Titan 6 to come in. The fire, that's the pink one, the sanitizing fire, puts a fire debuff on people, but it also catches odds on fire. Oh, rip a DPS, he pulled the threat of ads. The boss applies those stacks, the blue stacks that does more damage to you, blue or green, I don't know. And then the fire, you can just cool down through it. This fight's actually very forgiving, as you have plenty of time to stealth res, and you can have people die and you can still make it. You want to kill the sanitizer droid as fast as possible, because you want to click the panel once the sanitization droid dies, because that's the only time you can click. It's after all the droids die. So the fail shade ads stop spawning, because they only stop spawning once you click the console to close the gates. So the longer you take to kill the droid, the longer this encounter is gonna last. So as soon as it's available, you want to have someone go to the console and click so it closes a gate. But the encounter is not finished yet. You need to kill the last ads that spawn, and then the encounter is finished. That's pretty much the easiest encounter in this entire raid. You just, at the end, once you run out of flares, you just want to control ads with stuns, grenades, and carbonizes, and everything you can. And there you go. The second encounter of Dxun has been finished. Thanks everyone for watching, and next is gonna be Trandoceans.